Hi everyone, I welcome you all back to Elite Academy. My name is Himanshu Shukla, and as we have started the discussion in the previous video, we will take the topics for UPSC for the upcoming prelims, and we will revise those topics. Through those questions, we will cover holistically the information around. So today also I am taking the geography questions from the previous year questions of the other exams conducted by UPSC. So this is the question. The question is saying Arabica, Robusta and Liberica are the varieties of what? So if you have read your basic NCRTs, class 11th NCRT or class 9th also they have mentioned. If you have read India human geography, then you would have come across this information that Arabica and Robusta, they are the varieties of coffee. Even if you don't know this information, then if you know, we Indians, we drink a lot of tea, especially in northern part of India. Coffee is very famous in southern part of India. That too, filter coffee is very famous. Remember, filter coffee and the other processed powder coffee is different totally. The taste is different. If you start drinking filter coffee, you won't like the powder coffee, Nescafe, brew, processed one. So we know the tea, organic tea, SMT. The names are different. No more, there you will not find Arabica, Robusta, Liberica. There you won't find. So you can easily eliminate, okay, this is not the answer. Sugarcane, we know that okay, sugarcane is produced in northern part of India, southern part of India. In southern part of India, because of the hot and humid conditions, the crushing period will be more, so we can extract more sucrose. That you would have read in NCRT. So there also you can easily eliminate. No, I have not read it anywhere. You can eliminate. Cotton, whenever we read about cotton, we read about only BT cotton. So definitely these are not the varieties of cotton, so you can eliminate. Now the idea is we can reach the answer, we can conclude the answer easily, even by elimination or by having a basic information. But why are we discussing in detail? What all information we should know? So coffee production was brought to India by Baba Budan in 1600th century, and in 1600th century he introduced the coffee in now famously it is known as Baba Budan Hills in Karnataka. The commercial production was started somewhere in 18th century by the Britishers, and they started commercial production. In India, mostly we produce Arabica and Robusta. There are totally 4 varieties of coffee. So one is Arabica, Robusta and Liberica. First, second, third they have already mentioned. I will tell you the fourth one as well. In India we produce Arabica and Robusta. So Robusta, the name itself is saying robust. That is robust. It can grow in even hot and humid conditions. Generally for coffee we need cool environment. We need shade. That also we are going to discuss. So that environment is not required for Robusta. Robusta can survive, it is robust as the name is suggesting, it can survive in hot and humid conditions as well, right? And the flavor is very strong, thus it is used for blending purposes. However, Arabica is mild, but it's very aromatic and its market value is very good. And in fact, 80% of the world is consuming Arabica only, okay? So 80% of the world is consuming Arabica. It requires more shade. So when you would have read your NCRTs, there you would get this information that for coffee beans or coffee production, plantation, we need shade. So in the coffee estates where you will go, let's say Hassan, you are going, it is in Karnataka, or Chikmagalur, if you go, Kodagu, if you go, there you will find the coffee estates with trees in between giving shade to the coffee plants. So we use silver tree for providing the shade. Silver tree, yes. So this information also you must have come across in NCRT or somewhere. Whatever India is producing, out of that 65 to 70% we are exporting. Okay, that is one information which you should remember. And for all the plantation crops like tea, then we have coffee, rubber, areca nut. We have coffee boards. We have different boards. Tea board of it, Indian tea board, Indian coffee board, Indian rubber board is there. So UPSC has this habit of asking in match the following. They will give, okay, these are the boards. Where are they located? Where is the headquarter? So this is a homework for you. You have to do this homework. Different boards and where are they located? Some board is located in Bangalore. Someone is located in somewhere in Kerala, in West Bengal, Kolkata. So this is your homework you have to do. So Indian Coffee Board is located in Bangalore. So I'm teaching you from Bangalore, and it comes under MCI, that is Ministry of Commerce and Industry, because they deal with trade and all. So they come under the purview of that ministry. And Chikmagalur, UPSC has asked this question again and again. Chikmagalur, coffee capital of the country. So Chikmagalur is a place in Karnataka, and Baba Buldan Hills is there. Chikmagalur is there. It is known as the coffee capital of India. The fourth one which I was talking about was Arabica, Robusta and Liberica are the varieties of coffee, and the fourth one is Excelsa. However, we don't produce in India. It is very famous in Southeast Asian countries. There you will find these. Okay, so these were the information which we should know from exams point of view. Okay, now this data I have taken from the website of Coffee Board. Here, if you will analyze, now UPSC has also, in the past, UPSC has asked this question, that which of the following state is major producer of coffee. So if you see this data, Karnataka, it is written Karnataka, and total Arabica and Robusta total production is somewhere around 2,35,000, estimate is there, 2,35,500 ton, or that unit is not written. Then you will find Kerala, somewhere around 69,000. Then you will find Tamil Nadu, and its total production is somewhere around 17,900. So here itself you can find that it's Karnataka, highest producer, then we have Kerala, then we have Tamil Nadu. So this is first, second and third producers. But not only that, nowadays there are non-traditional coffee producing states which are coming up. So we have Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh, however, the total amount is very less, but it is contributing. So there is a very famous valley, Arakku Valley. It is now coming up as a hub for coffee production. Arakku Valley, whenever it is, you find it in the question, market for coffee production. Then Orissa is also coming up. Even though production wise it is very less, the quantity is very less, but now Orissa as a state is picking up for coffee production. Northeastern regions, so yes, northeastern regions traditionally they have been associated with tea production. Now they are producing coffee as well. So these are the information which you should know for coffee. So this is one information related to one plantation activity, that is coffee as a coffee. But see what all information we should know. So like this, you should know for tea, you should know for sugarcane. So make your own list and prepare on the same lines. Okay, hope it helped in your revision. Now there are certain conditions required. Like this, you should prepare the conditions required for other crops as well. Conditions required. We know that when we read in NCERT, just hold on. When we read in NCERTs, there we read about the different types of climatic conditions. So we need shade, and as I told you that we need silver tree to provide the shade to the coffee plants. Well drained soils, we have already covered under soil that laterite soils are very suitable for tea and coffee plantation. So laterite soil, they are well drained soils, and generally you will find them on slopes. So if you go to any coffee estate, they will be on slopes. If you go to any tea estates, be it in northeastern or even in southern part of the country, like Kerala, you will find Munnar. If you go, you will find the tea estates by Tata. So they are planted on slopes itself. They need certain altitude. That altitude, coffee needs the altitude of 600 meter up to 2,000 meter, because they need certain cool climatic conditions. So that's why altitude is required, and subtropical weather conditions are required. Not tropical, too much hot and humid, and not freezing cold. Rainfall also is required so that the soil will be well drained. So they need rainfall somewhere around 1600 to 2500 meters. So these are the conditions which you should remember. If you remember shade, for example, if shade is coming, then don't associate shade with tea. Associate shade only with coffee. Okay. Now, sometimes questions can be asked, which are the 3 top producers in the world with respect to coffee? So Brazil is the first one, Vietnam and Colombia. These are in decreasing order, first, second and third. Naturally, we will wonder that, okay, what is the position of India? So India ranks at 8th position with respect to overall in global production of the coffee. So these are the informations which we should know. See, this is only one crop, that is coffee. Like this, we should holistically prepare for all the crops, or at least the famous crops, or the crops which are prominent economically or culturally. We have this habit of drinking coffee. So UPSC can ask any question anytime. We have to be ready. We should not leave that, okay, coffee is done, let's not worry about tea, or we will not read in detail other crops. We should remember. Okay. So that was with respect to coffee. Now we have our second topic. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you had a good revision of coffee and related information. So like this, take one question as an anchor and cover holistically, even when you are solving the MCQs in test paper, or you are taking the previous year questions. Take one question as an anchor and cover all the information around. So one question, if you are solving one test paper of 100 questions, that the information which you can extract from those 100 questions can be equivalent to 1000 questions, right? So that is how you can do it. So it depends totally upon how you are extracting information, how you are relating. So it totally depends upon us. I am just empowering you to think on those lines. Second topic for the day is with respect to minerals. So this is again a very simple question. Aluminium is manufactured. Sorry, just hold up. Aluminium is manufactured from what? So aluminium is manufactured, we can easily conclude the answer that it is manufactured from bauxite ore. We have read it multiple times in our NCRTs. Aluminium is manufactured from bauxite ore. This is answer. But when you are solving the question, let's say previous year question. So don't leave only here that, okay, I know the answer and I can mark it. Work on copper ore, work on mica ore, work on manganese ore. So again, I'm taking this question to teach you that how you should solve the previous year question and how you should extract information from those questions. It will empower you. Okay, that is why when people say, experts or teachers like me, they say that, okay, don't leave the previous year questions, do solve previous year questions. That is the important. Work on every option, not only on the right option. Okay, now bauxite ore is there. Okay, we know bauxite ore. Let's see the extra information which we should know from exam point of view. So this table I have made for you, because in question we had copper, aluminium, mica and manganese. What all we should know? We should not only know the ore, we should know the states which are producing those minerals, we should know the application aspect. So the first table is with respect to the ores, the reserves, the states which are producing them. The second one is with respect to the application aspect. Okay, so this is how we should remember it for all the minerals, or at least the minerals which are in news, the famous ones, or traditional and non-traditional. Nowadays we have upcoming minerals and resources like coal-based methane is there, shale gas is there, natural gas is there from Krishna Godavari basin, from Bombay High, new avenues. We are manganese nodule, polymetallic nodules we are discovering from the seabeds. So like that we are exploring minerals every day. Some or the other minerals we are exploring. So we should know rare earth minerals are there. We should know the production, application. Most importantly for UPSC civil services, we should know the application aspect more. Other than that, with respect to country or with respect to state, which is the major producing state, or about the ores reserves. So let's say the first topic which we had in the previous question, in this question, was copper. Copper, traditionally we have been reading that copper mines were there in Rajasthan, and even Harappan civilization used to get the mines from the Khetri mines, right? So we have come across this name often. Khetri mines, they are in Rajasthan, and even Harappan civilization, they used to get the copper from there. Nowadays in Madhya Pradesh we have this Malanj Khand, which has the potential of almost 50% of the copper production or the reserves at present is coming from MP, Malanj Khand. On the second number we have Rajasthan. So this is how we have to keep ourselves updated. The information will change. We have to keep ourselves updated that, okay, what is the latest information, latest data. So always whenever you are searching this such kind of information, don't rely on just Google. you go and do your own research, or by going through the website of the websites of respective ministries, or read the PDF data, the latest data. Let's say sometimes the data will be not revised and you will find the data of 2020 itself. So read that data. It is a government document, so you get your own data from the government documents. Even India Yearbook will help you. Okay. Copper application, you will find that we use copper for copper wires, and we use them as in motor. They are highly ductile. Nowadays, few days back I was traveling somewhere, then I got to know that people are now stealing the wires in the, if the house is getting constructed and if there is nobody protecting that premise, then people are stealing, the thieves are stealing wires. Why? Because they are selling those coppers. So that is like, people are finding avenues. Now comes aluminium. Aluminium, Odisha is the state which is producing 50%, approx 50% of the aluminium or the bauxite ore is coming from Odisha. And the major areas are Kalhandi, Koraput and Baragarh. The second state, second in number of production, that is only 15%, but it is coming from Gujarat. So see the variation. Odisha is producing almost 50% of the aluminium in the country, and Gujarat is producing around 15%. What is the use of aluminium? Nowadays, aluminium is very popular. Aluminium foil. Our mother and our wives, they give food. They will pack the food in aluminium foils. But is it healthy? Is it healthy? Question mark. So we use it in foils, utensils. There is a earlier when we were children. So popularly we used to eat in aluminium utensils. But is it healthy? It is. Like people say that it's not healthy, it will corrode, and we consume that. Aluminium is not healthy. Window frames nowadays, it's because of their lightweight. They are being used for window frames. Aeroplane parts, again lightweight and robust nature, they are being used there. But they are high grade aluminium here. So that is how we should always, in science and technology, with respect to minerals, we should relate its application aspect, and then we should remember it. Then only it will stick for longer. Mica, very interesting. Now Koderma, UPSC has asked this question in other exams or even in CSC prelims. Koderma, or they ask like this: which is the mica capital of the country? Mica capital of the country is Koderma. Why? Earlier it was very popular because of the mica production, but after this conservation rights or wildlife protection, the mining in Jharkhand or Koderma has reduced to much extent. Now, traditionally, it is very famous as the mica capital of the country. But if you will go and see the records, the stats, you will find that Andhra Pradesh is the leading producer of the mica at present. So state-wise Andhra Pradesh, but popularly we know Koderma in Jharkhand is the capital, is known as the capital, mica capital of this country. So don't get confused. If Koderma is in Jharkhand, then is Jharkhand the leading producer of mica? Not so. Where do we use mica? So have you used the iron box, the traditional iron box when we were children? Then you would have come across that there is a sheet inside it. It acts as insulator. So that sheet was made up of mica. Okay. Then makeup industry, in cosmetics. Mica is used extensively because it gives a sparkle, to a glow, a sparkle. It will sparkle when light will fall on it. Even in toothpaste, they use mica so that it will give a sparkle. Okay. So these are the application in of mica. Next comes manganese. Manganese, India is the second producer of manganese, and Maharashtra and MP together they produce the 50% of manganese in India, and Odisha next to it is producing 44% of mica in the country. What is the use of manganese? It is one of the major, however it is a minor component, but it plays very important role in iron and steel production. It is a raw material in iron and steel production and also in other industries. It is also used for insecticides, as a bleaching powder, and in batteries. So the idea here is that definitely we have time crunch. We cannot cover everything in one slide itself, but you have to prepare your own slides, you have to prepare your own notes on these lines. And especially when if you are confused at what all you should cover, first cover those minerals or the resources which are in news. For example, coal-based methane, shale gas, the non-traditional ones, the upcoming ones. So natural gas, shale gas, coal-based methane, okay, hybrid methane. So like that you see which are in news and which are non-traditional and they are coming up, futuristic in nature. You read about them, that where the reserves have been found in Krishna Godavari Basin or Bombay High, or where we have found the resources, and are we exploring it or not, is India having the right technology or not, like that. And the the traditional minerals also, you should first cover the famous ones and those which were there in news. Okay, don't cover everything, you can't cover, so don't worry about it. Okay, so this is how you should cover the resources or the minerals. Now this is another question through which we will cover a lot of information. This is the third topic and last topic for the day. The question is pretty simple, and I think by now you must have got the answer. So it is, Milpa and Ladang are different names for. If you have read NCRTs, you will mark this answer, shifting cultivation. Yes, Milpa, the name of shifting cultivation in Mexico is Milpa. The name of shifting cultivation in Indonesia is Ladang. Okay, here I have kept some information for you. In Southeast Asia, in Indonesia, we call it Ladang. Central America, Mexico, we call it Milpa. Africa, it is known as Tavi or Chitte Mene. Sri Lanka, we call it Chena. In India, in Assam, it is known as Jhum cultivation. In Kerala, in Andhra Pradesh, it is known as Poddu. Okay, in Kerala, we have a different name. So that name, just let me have a quick recall. Okay, leave it. It's there in the NCRT. It starts with P only. So it starts with P, and that is Ponam. Ponam in Kerala and Poddu in Andhra Pradesh. Okay. So this is the information which you should remember, and this is factual information. But when we talk about shifting cultivation, nowadays no more shifting cultivation or the Jhum cultivation is not being promoted. It is no more like accepted. Why? Because what was happening? Because land was limited. Earlier, the population was very less, and the settlements were sparse. So people used to. What happens in shifting cultivation? People will cut the tree. They will clear a patch of forest, and they will grow certain cereals. They will grow rice, wheat, or whatever. And after 2-3 years or 2-3 cycle of the production, the fertility will reduce. Then they will leave that place and they will shift to some other place. Fine. But earlier it was fine. There was no conservation act. There was no threat to animals because people were in harmony. The tribal people, they were in harmony. They used to live in harmony with the animals as well. But population has increased. Land as a commodity is becoming like it is reducing for agriculture activities. For developmental activities, we are increasing. We are acquiring lands. Encroachment is happening. Habitat distraction is happening. So many problems are there. So what is because of that? Now there is a ban on shifting cultivation. No more you can clear the forest. You can't burn the. As an alternative, what they started doing, that they were not cutting the tribal people or the community where the shifting cultivation was being practiced. They were not cutting the trees anymore. They were burning the crop residue, the remains. It was good that from that ash they used to get certain minerals, which is good for the soil, but it is not good for the environment. Okay, so we came up with different forms of farming. So we'll have a quick look with respect to certain keywords which you should know. So first one is subsistence farming. Whenever you are coming across these kind of information or keywords, you remember that you have to clearly understand that what is the difference in all these. Okay, so the first one, Subsistence farming, name itself is telling, it is only for the subsistence purpose. So the land holding is a small. In India, approx 80% of the farmers belong to a small and marginal community. They don't have that, the land holding is not big. So the land holding is a small, okay, and whole family is involved in agriculture, farming itself, because they don't have any other work to do. So whole family is doing agriculture. Next, they are not using the mechanized way of farming. They are not doing full tractor, mechanization is not there. So the labor is manual, and in traditional way they are doing the farming. So this is called the subsistence farming. They are producing only that much, howsoever they can consume. They don't have land, they don't have that technology that they will produce extra and they will sell in the market. They are only producing for their consumption. Okay. Next we have intensive agriculture. Name itself is suggesting very intensive. So even with respect to land, it will cover large scale. The farming is done on large scale. The area will be more. It will be done for commercial purposes, and it will be mechanized, and in modern way it will be done, not in a traditional way. Dry land farming. So dry land farming is basically done in those areas where irrigation facilities are less, and the area is reeling under low rainfall, and basically the area is arid. Okay, so somewhere around 750 to 1000 meter, 750 meter to 1000 meter rainfall. If area is receiving, there we do dry land farming. Okay, mixed cropping. The name itself is suggesting mixed cropping. Okay, so there are two ways of mixed cropping. If you can divide a land into multiple rows, and you can sow many seeds of different crops together, or sometimes what people do, they take all the seeds in hand and they will throw on the land. So that way also mixed cropping is being done. When you will understand intercropping, then you can differentiate it in a better way. In intercropping, what is being done, we focus on space utilization. There will be different rows. One crop will be in one row, the same crop will be in another row. In between, whatever empty space is there, that will be there. The farmers will sow different crops. But what is the key here? The key is that all the crops will have different growing period. Maybe the sowing time will be the same, but maturity time will be different, so that they can get revenue from different crops at different times. So it is a way of income security, you can say. Okay, that will not happen in mixed cropping. Intercropping, space utilization is the focus. The crops are not competing with each other. In mixed cropping, they are competing with each other for resources, for the space, but here it is not. It doesn't happen that way. Intercropping, the focus is on different time. The crops will be sown together, but the maturity time will be different. Crop rotation. This is another keyword. Whenever we read about agriculture, we come across this name, crop rotation. So basically, the crop is being rotated, not with the same type of cereal or same type of crop. Let's say in one cycle, cereal is being sown or rice is being sown. Then in next cycle, leguminous crops like pulses, they will be sown. Why? Because leguminous crops have the healing property. They are known for their nitrogen fixation. So the fertility will be, you can say, rejuvenated. So that way, that is the meaning of crop rotation in nutshell. Next comes natural farming. Natural farming, here only the laws of nature will be respected. Laws of nature will be taken care. No external ingredients, be it chemical fertilizer or organic fertilizer, nothing is given to the, nothing is incorporated in this kind of farming. Even the decomposition process, natural decomposition is taken care here. So the farmers, they are dependent upon natural decomposers. So they are not using any extra outside ingredients, be it fertilizer or pesticides or anything. If there will be no tilling, no de-weeding, nothing will be there. Next is ZBNF, zero budget natural farming. So this was a suggestion given by Subhash Palekar. Even he got Padma Shri for that. And Subhash Palekar suggested, he's from Maharashtra, he suggested it as an alternative for Green Revolution. Because of Green Revolution, what was happening that the lands, there was extensive use of the fertilizers. So the lands were losing out their fertility. And over a period of time, we realized that even though yield is increasing, but that the yield or the production methodology is not good for the environment. Sometimes the crops will need too much of pesticides, or they will need too much of water, and too much of fertilizers are required, but they are not sustainable. So Subhash Palekar, he is a Padma Shri awardee and he is the father of zero-based natural farming. He suggested a type of chemical-free farming where the total cost of growing and harvesting plants come out to be zero, taking into the consideration that the cost incurred by the farmers are recovered through intercropping. So that is the objective here. Here, natural elements like Jiva Amruta, where cow dung or jaggery, pulses, water, soil, they will be mixed and they will be applied in the farms. It is a kind of treatment to the in the farm, so that they prepare the agricultural land for sowing. They use mulching also. They believe in soil aeration also. So for that, little bit tilling is also allowed. Okay, soil aeration, minimal watering they give, or bunds they will create. So ZBNF in brief is about this. So how ZBNF is different than natural farming? Here we are using certain outside ingredients, be it the organic fertilizers, cow dung even, or mulching. We are taking the help of certain external ingredients in the production process. But natural farming, it is totally dependent upon the laws of nature itself. Now what is organic farming? Organic farming, as the name itself is telling, in organic farming, organic fertilizers or organic manures like compost, vermicompost, cow dung, they will be used. Okay, they are used, manures and compost, they will be used. So here external ingredients are allowed, but organic ingredients are allowed. Organic fertilizers are allowed. Organic manures are allowed. Okay, and in natural farming, neither organic, not even chemical or organic, nothing is allowed. Okay, so organic farming, it requires everything, plowing, tilling. Unlike natural farming, everything will be there. Okay, so these were the keywords which we should know. However, you already know it, but one of the important topic coming from organic farming which we should know is, we should know different types of certification for the organic products in India. So we have a national program on organic production. It was introduced by government, and under that APEDA is there, Agriculture Production Product Produce Export Development Authority is there. So it comes under the MCI, that is your Ministry of Consumer, MCI, Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Yes, so Ministry of Commerce and Industry, under that APEDA is there, which under the national program of just hold on. Yeah, so APEDA full form is Agriculture and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority. Agriculture and Processed Food Export Development Authority. Okay, so it comes under MCI. So they came up with a national standard for organic products. So this national standard for organic products, it will take care of that what should be the standard of the organic products, and under that APEDA is giving this certification of India Organic. Just hold on. Yeah. So under this certification of India Organic trademark for domestic and external market will be given by APEDA. So this is one certification. Okay, so it looks like this, India Organic. So here you can see the symbol of clean, organic, theme is there, and crop is there. So these are the elements of nature, and they have shown India Organic. So this is the symbol given by APEDA for domestic and in the export market. Next is Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. They have come up with this scheme, Participatory Guarantee System, PGS India Organic. So PGS India Organic also gives certification for organic products, but that products will be domesticated within India only. So they have come up with two kinds of certification. One is PGS India Green and PGS India Organic. So wherever you see these logos, how you can differentiate? So this, wherever you see this logo, you can deduce that this organic production or the farming is now under transition. They are not fully organic, but they are under transition. So they have given green. But the production process where the whole system or the whole process is the farming is done in organic manner completely. So they have given PGS India Organic. But this is only for sale of organic products within India. Okay. Now we have the third body, that is FSSAI, Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. The catch here is that it comes under Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Okay, and they have come up with their certification JAIVIK BHARAT. So this is the symbol of JAIVIK BHARAT. This is the Hindi logo, this is the English logo. So whenever you see this, you can say that FSSAI, the regulator of food safety and standards in India, they have certified this product as the organic product in India. So these are the three certifications which you should know, and the three bodies, unlike their name, they fall under the purview of different ministry. Like APEDA, it comes under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. This PGS India will be given by Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Sorry, this is spelling mistake. It's welfare. And then FSSAI, it comes under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. So these certification you should remember. So this is it for today, and hope you would have got a good revision through these three topics. We will come up with more topics relevant for the exam. Till then, revise well, take care, bye bye.